Tonight from Paul H. Muse Field at Dragon Stadium, it's time for some Junction City football. Tonight, the #1 ranked Junction City Dragons take on those Hermits from Bradley County, the Hermitage Hermits. Good evening, I'm Wayne Pumphrey, and welcome to the Dragon Sports Network broadcast of Junction City football, presented by our title sponsor, El Dorado Chemical. And as I said tonight, the Dragons take on the Hermits. And folks, this is the 22nd meeting between Junction City and Hermitage. The Dragons lead the series 19-2. Special night, it was senior night. The senior high cheerleaders, band, and of course players were honored in a pregame ceremony. And it's also a very big night for Junction City football in terms of conference championships. And let's get right into that immediately. The Dragons win tonight. They win the 8AA conference outright. It would be the third consecutive season Junction City has won the 8AA conference outright. And all 3 seasons, they would be undefeated, of course, saying they win tonight. It would be the 3rd time in school history that feat has occurred. The first time was from 1998 to 2000. The Dragons went undefeated in 98 and 99. 2000, of course, they lost 1 game and ended up sharing the conference title with Rising, who went on to win state. In 2002 to 2004, the Junction City Dragons went undefeated all 3 seasons, winning the old 7AA East Conference. And at this time I'm going to hold up, they are doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
And to the Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And that was Miss Joy Mason doing the Pledge of Allegiance. And the Junction City Band with the national anthem.
Father, we thank you for today. God, thank you for blessing us with great weather. God, we ask that you would be with every player, every fan, Lord, every band, God. Father, that you keep everybody safe during the day. Lord, that sportsmanship would reign tonight. Father, that you keep everybody safe in the way. God, we love you. We thank you.
And that was the prayer. Not sure who did the invocation. Do you know? I believe this preacher at Three Creeks did the invocation. Okay, as I was mentioning a while ago, we were talking about conference titles. Junction City, 2002-2004, went undefeated in the old 7AA East, winning, of course, the title outright all 3 seasons. And then tonight, right now, they're guaranteed a share of the title. A win, of course, gives it to them outright. And it's kind of ironic that they have achieved this feat in 2013, because 60 years ago, give or take a few days, the 1953 Junction City Dragons captured the, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was the old 7B conference. This was the first conference title in school history. It's 1953, 60 years ago. Around this time, they captured the school's very first conference title. The Dragons are going for the conference title outright. Excuse me. It would be the 17th conference title in school history. Talked with Coach Carpenter this week. concerning this game, and a couple of things that we talked about was how close some of the players were to records. But if you're looking at this game on paper, and probably in actuality, folks, let's be honest, this is a complete mismatch. Hermitage comes in with a 2-6 record. Rev and I were watching a while ago work out. There's 19 players on the team, and that's counting bringing up some of the junior high team, and a very good junior high team. Going into last night's game, they had lost only one game, and that was to Bearden. And of course, the Dragons won that game. I believe it was 45-18, giving Junction City, are you ready for this, folks? Their 12th junior high title since 1996, an 18-year span there. So 2/3 of those seasons, Junction City was winning the junior high title. Since 1996, the junior high program, 138 wins, 13 losses, 1 tie, 11 undefeated seasons. So you learn winning early and you don't forget it, and it's paid off here for this Junction City football program, because on November 22nd, the Dragons will go into the state playoffs for the 16th consecutive season, 17 in all in school history. Some of our game notes tonight concerning Junction City and Hermitage, and let's get right into it. Randall Holyfield, he passed for 183 yards against Parker's Chapel. It gives him 1,190 yards passing for the season. Only last year's quarterback and current Arkansas Razorback Shaquille Hunter, 1,420 yards passing, has passed for more yards in a season. Mr. Jaquez Dancy made his return last week, a 111-yard performance against Parker's Chapel. Mr. Dancy is now in 11th place on the school's career rushing yardage list with 2,507. He passed Grantel Kennedy, who has a career rushing total of 2,405 yards, and Justin Hoof, 2,501 yards. Mr. Josh Armstrong needs 7 tackles to set the school record for most tackles in a season. And of course, you longtime Dragon fans know who owns that record. Mr. Joe Hall, he currently holds it with 142. Now here's a stat that you're going to find very interesting. With the win over Parker's Chapel, Junction City now has 39 wins so far this decade. That is the same amount of wins for the entire decade of the 1970s that the Junction City program achieved. Since 2008, the Dragons have an overall record of 65-8. In conference play, the Dragons are 41-3, 20-2 at home, 21-1 away. And as you've heard a coach say many, many times, offense sells the tickets, but who wins the games? Defense. Since 2008, the Dragons have held an opponent to 10 points or less 77 times. 31 of those, folks, were shutouts. In those games, Junction City is perfect, 77-0. And that's our game notes, brought to you by El Dorado Chemical. And let's talk about some sponsors, shall we? We mentioned El Dorado Chemical, our title sponsor. And folks, you've heard us mention all these sponsors the entire season so far. And of course, tonight is the last regular season game. Next week's game, of course, with Norfolk had been canceled at the start of the season. So as we've mentioned before in some of our previous broadcasts, Junction City is looking at a 3-week wait before they play, and that will be November 22nd when they take the field for the second round of the state playoffs. Junction City Floors, Miss Sharon and Mr. Steve Williams. Yeah, I told you before, Miss Sharon, one of my favorite people in this world, one of my very, very favorite. She's not in a class by herself, but the one she's in, it don't take long to call row. Junction City Floors has everything you need as far as floral needs, and if you want to get something for the wife or the girlfriend or whatever, they got it. Shirts, those Brittany, if I'm saying it right, originals, they got them. Candles, potpourri, you name it, everything a lady would love. Go by Junction City Floors if you're looking for that special gift or that special someone. Tell Miss Sharon you heard it here on the Dragon Sports Network. Junction City Pharmacy, Mr. Leon Hines and Miss Sherry Hines, your hometown pharmacy and gift headquarters. But let's be honest, if you got any pharmaceutical needs, Mr. Hines has got it. He can fill in anything you need. But while you're there, how about a little ice cream? They got a great little deli over there. Well, I say deli, let's call it ice cream deli if that sounds right or not. I think it's Bluebell, but at any rate, it is delicious. Now, Rev, I don't know what his favorite is. Mine is the cookies and cream. And me and Rev agree on one thing. If you go in there and get one scoop, you're wasting your time. Folks, go in there and get two and be done with it. That's Junction City Pharmacy. Tell Mr. Hines you heard it on the Dragon Sports Network. McDonald's Grocery, Mr. Rhett Henry. Got any catering needs done, whether it's corporate, church, family, event, he can handle it. Chicken, fish, steaks, barbecue, you name it. Go by and see him, he can take care of you. Need to gas the vehicle up, take care of you on that too. Got groceries. Let me tell you what I did this morning though. Got off from work, and folks, you know what I'm going to say. I went in there and it was waiting. In fact, it talked to me. I ain't going to kid you, Derek. It talked to me. I had to get me one of those one of those sausage, leg, and egg sandwiches. Folks, it was absolutely delicious. And I was in a generous mood, so I bought Miss Pumphrey a bacon and egg sandwich, and I would have eaten it if I'd been fast enough. Very good food. Go by McDonald's Grocery. You can't go wrong there. See Mr. Red Henry. Tell him you heard it on Dragon Sports Network. STI Sims, leading integrator of emission systems and opacity. 140 years experience in the field. Proud sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network, and we're proud to have them. Accident and Injury Center of South Arkansas, Dr. Jed Frisbee. Back pains, neck pains, anything like that, go by and see Dr. Jed Frisbee, proud sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network. We got some more sponsors, and we'll get to them in a minute, because right now the captains are on the field, and we are about ready to play some Dragon football. And as I mentioned before, senior night here. All the seniors are on the field. And let me get my Dragon roster here, and let's get to work. Captains for tonight: number 9, Robert Armstrong; 31, Demario Hayes; number 10, Bo Hooks. And I believe that is everybody there. Now the other seniors, of course, that are on the far end from us: Jarkel Brown, Lane Wood, this is Josh Larry, and I'll get the rest of them here in a minute as they head off the field. We are about set to begin. Hermitage coming in, as I said, with a 2-6 record. Would love nothing more than to shock the state tonight. Sparse crowd here tonight at Dragon Stadium. A little disappointed, not very many people at all. And like we talked about a little bit a while ago, we know the game, you know, a lot of people calling it a mismatch, but still great to come here for senior night. And it's also another special night. About 15 or 20 young men are going to make their varsity debut. The freshmen have been moved up, and it's always fun to see them get in the game to get their first official, you know, varsity action and everything. And we get to talk about those young guys. Coach Carpenter said the plan is to get them all in here tonight. Now, you will see some duplicate numbers, so when we call out a number 5 or a number 88, and we call 2 different names, that's because we have that number for 2 different players. The Hermits from Hermitage take the field, coached by Greg Malden. And now we're waiting on the Dragons. And the Junction City Dragons take the field. And you can tell the freshmen have been moved up. That's pretty big, pretty large number of guys there. Counting the freshmen, I would say about 45 on the roster now. Mentioned a while ago records. We was talking about how close Josh Armstrong is to the tackle record. Jaquise Dancy's chance to move up the career rushing yardage list, and also about Randall Holyfield, how, you know, he's about 200 and some odd yards away from catching Shaquille Hunter for the single season passing yardage list. When Coach Carpenter, we was talking about the records, he said, I'll go ahead and tell you now, I doubt any of that I'm not saying it won't happen, but he said the plan is not to keep him in, hopefully not to keep him in the game very long. we take care of business, get it done fast. And he said, I'd like to see the backups get a lot of playing time and the freshmen, because as we mentioned before, and Jacob, when he was with us, talked about it a lot too, getting these guys on film, the backups, so, and you want to see them in different stages, see how they're progressing, see how they look, and how things are going as far as their progress. And the best way you can gauge it is looking at it on film. Okay, the Hermits will kick off. Junction City will defend the Louisiana end zone, and they're going to go toward the Arkansas end zone. Back deep, number 3, Jaquise Dancy is up men. Sailor Wilson, 22. Number 7, Keandre Evans. And right in front of them, Josh Armstrong, number 4. And number 6, Javante Rogers. Kicking off for the Hermits is number 57. And that is Richard Uribe. And here we go. There's the kick. It will go out of bounds, and the Dragons will start 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. So Hermits didn't play around about it. We're not going to kick and give up a possible return. We'll take our chances with our defense. So 1st and 10, Junction City going to work. And this broadcast, Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football, brought to you by our title sponsor, El Dorado Chemical. Okay, they are marking the ball. I'm thinking college rules, I guess. Something's not right here. Junction City did not touch the ball there, Mr. Ref. I don't know what he's... Okay, here we go. Rev, I didn't think I was going crazy. I'm looking, he marked the ball 16-yard line. That wasn't a punt. Now, here we go from the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Randall Holyfield, as usual, being the gun. He's got Mr. Dancy lined up beside him. Twin stack to the visitor side. That is Jarkel Brown and the ever-elusive Bo Hooks. Sailor Wilson split to the far side. 1st and 10, Dragons. Holyfield gives to Dancy. Dancy's at the 35. Dancy's at the 40. And a fumble on the play. Oh, man. He got hit and gave the ball up, and the Hermits are going to recover it at the 45-yard line. And that kind of shocked everybody. Shocked me. So, credit Mr. Dancy with a 20-yard gain, or a 19-yard gain. They're going to mark it to the 46-yard line. But the Hermits go to work 1st and 10, and the Dragon defense on the field. And that's not quite how Coach Carpenter wants to see things get started. So, 11:53 to go. Junction City turnover, and the Hermits go to work from the 46, 1st and 10. Hermits in the shotgun. They do run the spread. Here's a give to number 23, and there was nowhere to go. He is smothered. That was Bradley Day. Your quarterback for Hermitage, Kentrez Davis. It'll be a loss of 5 yards on the play. About 3 or 4 Dragons in on the tackle. It will be 2nd and 15. Junction City, of course, received the opening kickoff, and after a 19-yard gain, gave the ball up on a fumble. The Hermits taking over on the first play. They lose 5. 2nd and 15. Hermitage has 2 split to the visitor side, and I believe that is 1 on to the home side split. Junction City making a few substitutions here, a few changes. Coach Carpenter's plan was not to keep the starters in very long. He wanted, like I just mentioned, wanted to see a lot of the backups get in. But right now, I got some business to take care of. The Dragons bring the rush on 2nd down, and immediately the Hermit quarterback goes down. Davis will lose about, let's see, about another 5, 6, 7 yards there. Let's call it about an 8-yard loss. So it would be 3rd. They got 3rd and 18 on the board, and I don't believe that's right, is it, Rev? More like a 3rd and, let's call it 23 from the 38-yard line of Hermitage. Dragons pushing them back the other way here. Here's a snap, quick toss to the side. And got some running room over there, but he's going to get knocked out at about the 40-yard line. So a pickup of about 7. It will bring up 4th down. The scoreboard had on the 38-yard line. That is wrong. It was on the, I believe, 33. So he picked up, it was 33-yard line, Rev said. So I pick up a 7 there, and it's going to be 4th and let's call it about 17. Hermit's in punt formation. Jarkel Brown drops back deep for the Dragons. Junction City defense steps up and does their job. -6 on that series for the Hermits. Nice punt. Jarkel's going to let it bounce. It goes toward him, and best thing to do, get away from him and let it roll. And he does. It'll go out at about the Dragon 19-yard line. And for the second time, the Junction City offense will take the field with 9:35 to go in the first quarter. No score. So it's not quite how things Coach Carpenter wanted to see things get started, but hopefully now the Dragons, and it was a good, give credit where credit's due, it was a good hit by the Hermits. They hit put the helmet right on the ball, and it came out. Mr. Dancy, though, a nice little run there, and he gained a little bit because of the fumble. And I believe he is out at the moment. All right, Josh Armstrong will take the handoff, and he busts up the middle, makes a cut at the 35, still on his feet, fighting, and will go down at about the 35-yard line. And that will be a pickup of about 19 yards on the play by Josh Armstrong. Nice run. So first down for Junction City as the Dragons try to get a little something going here in the opening quarter. And you are watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Networks, presented by El Rey Chemical. Ice. First down. This is Keandre Evans on the carry. He breaks a tackle at the 40, still on his feet, fighting for yards, and will go past midfield. Let's see where they mark it at, right at midfield. And that's going to be a pickup of about 15 on the play, and another Junction City first down. In fact, the ball is right past midfield, just a little ways inside Hermit territory. Good hard run by Keandre Evans. Back-to-back first downs by the Dragons, and the offense seems to be getting some steam in it now. Holyfield in the gun. This is a give to number 20, Sam Williams. He busts up the middle, and he's still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and is still going down to about the 10-15-yard line. A great run, down to the 10-yard line. A great run by number 20 for Junction City, and that was Sam Williams. A pickup of 39 on the play. So the Dragons knocking on the door, 1st and 10, just like that. 3 plays, and they are in the red zone, or let's call it the purple zone. All right, Holyfield back. He throws, got a man wide open, and it is a touchdown, Dragons. That was help me out there, number 6 with the reception for Junction City, and Mr. Holyfield. I mean, that was an easy target to hit right there, Javante Rogers. And with 8:35 to go, 4 plays, call it about an 80-yard, 82-yard drive, and Junction City's on the board, 6-zip. Taylor Mason will handle the snap. On the hold will be Will Smith and Jarkel Brown getting ready for the extra point. Dragons in the old swinging gate. There's a snap straight to Jarkel. He throws to Keandre. They're going to try for the 2. He's around the corner, and he is in. And Junction City now up 8-0 with 8:35 to go in the first quarter. Call it 1, 2, 3, 4 plays, 81 yards. Does that sound right, Derek? Yes, sir. 3 running plays, and then the touchdown pass to Sam Williams. And that's what Coach Carpenter wanted to see right there. And you got to say, it looked pretty good. The blocking was very nice on that series too, as the Dragon offensive line took control and created some nice little holes there for the Dragon running backs to get through. So Junction City will now kick off. The Hermits back deep. See if I can get that number there if he'll turn this way. Pretty big old boy. Not quite sure. He won't turn around. All right, here we go. It's going to be a high cross kick, immediately a fair catch single for, and it will be taken at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Hermits will go to work. Their second possession with 8:31 to go in the opening quarter, and Junction City on the board, 8-zip. Okay, got a score to pass along for you. At the start of the second quarter, it's El Dorado 7. I believe it's Bryant who they're playing, and nothing.
Let's go, Hermitage G. Oh, let's go. Go, Hermitage.
Junction City still, of course, got their starting, most of their starters out there. A couple guys a little different. Now the Hermits, they're going to try a little trickery here. Here we go, first and 10. It don't work. I'll say that right now before I can say first and 10. Jamario Bell. Let's see, Josh Armstrong. And number 9, that's Mr. Robert Armstrong, all in on the sack of the Hermitage quarterback Davis. It will be a loss of about 10 yards. And it's kind of like, I hate to say the old swinging gate. Rev, what kind of offense would you call that there? To put all their linemen down to one end. Whatever it was did not work. So it'll be 2nd and 19. A 9-yard loss on the play. The Dragons immediately shooting in there. And now El Dorado up 14. Help me out there, Derek. 14-10 in the second quarter. We're getting updates from the El Dorado game tonight to pass along.
14-0.
14-0. Okay, 10 minutes left in the second quarter. El Dorado leading 14-zip. Hermits try a running play on second down, and it goes nowhere. In fact, a loss of about 3 or 4 yards on Junction City defense, asserting itself immediately. In fact, after the opening possession, the fumble there, the Dragons forced a 3 and out, and the Hermits ended up with a -6 for total offense on that first series, and right now they are steadily going backwards. They have lost 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 yards on this series. Okay, the officials stop play here. 7:03 to go, first quarter. And the Rev said, he put that Huddick High Education to work and said, so far, -21 for the Hermits in offense. This is kind of what, I'm not belittling in no way, folks. Please don't take it like that. This is kind of what we expected, and it's what Coach Carpenter wanted to see his team do. Get out here and take control of the game you're supposed to take control of and take care of business. And in the words of the cable guy, get it done. All right, third down. The Hermits put the ball up in the air. It's going to be, did he catch it? Yes, what a catch by number 7 for Hermitage. The circus is in town. Give them credit, folks. A great catch there. Number 7 for the Hermits. I'll get you a name here real quick. I mean, he had to keep it. That was Davis. We don't have number 8 on the roster. I'm looking for him here. The coach told us he had an updated roster, or he was trying to get one, and I do not see a number 8. So I do not know who the quarterback for Hermitage is, but Davis was in there, and that was him on the reception there. So 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line for the Hermits. They getting a little something going here with 6:30 to go in the opening quarter. Back again to throw, and this one's incomplete. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. A 32-yard pass, so that gives them 11 yards. Am I correct? 11 yards offense now, so they're out of the minus. And that was a great catch, too. I mean, like I said, the circus is in town. It was a circus catch. 2nd and 10, 6:25 to go, opening quarter. Dragons on top 8-0. On their second possession, going 4 plays, 81 yards. Holyfield to, I believe it was Evans for the reception for the touchdown. Yes. Okay, 2nd and 10. Hermits are going to keep it in the air. Heavy rush coming, and it's going to be intercepted by Jarkel Brown. And Jarkel looking for some running. A great block there on the corner. And Jarkel still going, still on his feet. Is going to go down at the 45. Let's put it at the 45-yard line of Hermitage, and the Dragons will go to work there, 1st and 10. And now Jarkel Brown needs 1 interception to tie the school record, 2 to break it. And he puts the Dragons, like I said, in great field position. They're at the Hermit 45, 1st and 10. Holyfield in the gun. He's got Armstrong beside him. Hucks and Brown split to the visitor side. They're going to throw to Bo. Bo makes the reception. He on his feet, fighting for. Bo goes down to the 33-yard line. And Bo knows where the first down marker is, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Mark it at the Hermit 33, a pickup of 12 yards by Mr. Bo Hucks. I still remember last week we were talking about he caught that little 4 or 5 yard pass, Derek. Stiff-armed the guy, took him with him, 15 more yards. Okay, Holyfield, this time he throws to Jarkell. Jarkell at the 25, makes a cut to the 20. Jarkell inside the 20, mark it at about the night. They're going to come back a little bit, about the 19-yard line. Let's see where they put it, but it's enough nonetheless for another Junction City first down. And the Dragons, let's go ahead and say it, Rev, they're in the purple zone again. They're going to mark it right on the 20-yard line. And Holyfield, 3 for 3 so far passing. A great start. And we mentioned this, Jacob talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago how comfortable he's gotten with offense. And just as we say, he's getting ready to throw and drops the ball, but very quickly falls down on it at the 25. Be a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. But I believe it was Spring Hill after that game was talking about how his passes were looking more crisp. And Coach Carpenter said it later, said yes, he is getting very comfortable with the offense, his role in the offense, and it's showing. Of course, a little mishap there, but you're going to have that from time to time. So it brings up 2nd and 15. The Dragons have 2 split to both sides of the field. Armstrong beside Holyfield, and a great grab off the ground by Jamario Bell. He's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. I thought at first it hit the ground, but Bell makes a nice reception, turns, and takes it in from 25 yards out. And with 4:54 to go in the opening quarter, Junction City 14, Hermitage nothing, pending the extra point. And a great reception by Jamario Bell. And if I'm correct, Rev, 4 for 4 passing now. So a great start by Randall Holyfield. All right, Mason with the snap. Smith will be on the hold. And Jarkell Brown lining up for the extra point. Ball's down, kicks up. It is good. Your new score with 4:54 to go in the opening quarter. The Junction City Dragons, they don't want to share nothing. Looking for that conference title outright. Lead it now, 15-0. 62. Randall Holyfield, 4 for 4, 62 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Excuse me, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. And that's more like it. So once again, the Dragons line up to kick it off. And while we're waiting on the kickoff, quick reminder of another great sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network, Three Creeks Baptist Church and Three Creeks Youth Ministry. And we'll talk about them here in a little bit. All right, Jarkell's ready. Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded, fumbled, picked up, and going to fall down at about the 22-yard line. They're going to try to get a return then, and couldn't do it. Or did he see? I did not. Did he? Derek says he did single for a fair catch, but he did fumble. And the Hermits quickly recover it. They'll go to work. They're marking the ball at about the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Hermitage. They're going to try to get a little something going here. A while ago, nice little 32-yard pass kind of gave them a spark there, but the Dragon defense forcing a turnover. And then from the 45-yard line, it was, 3 plays for the score. And that's where we're at right now, 15-zip. And as Rev mentioned a while ago, 4 for 4 passing for Randall, 62 yards. 2 touchdowns. All right, the Dragons, they have done some substituting on defense. Still mostly it's the first team, but I believe Sam Williams in there now at one of the linebacker spots. Okay, the Hermits are going to the air again. The pass is caught by number 1, but he is quickly wrapped up by number 9. That is Robert Armstrong. It will be a gain of about 4 yards on the play, bring up a 2nd and 6. So Hermitage, in fact, the last, I'd say 4 or 5 plays have all been passes. They basically, I think they realized real quick, not going to be able to run the ball, and they have went to the air. And once again, here we go with another trick formation. Kind of reminds me of Coach Spurrier when he was at Duke. Coach Steve Spurrier, some of the formations they're using here. Okay, here's again. They're going to try to run it here and going to pick up about 4 yards. And I think their purpose is, let's try some of these formations, force Junction City to kind of spread out, and maybe we can find us a running lane there to get in and get some yards. And it worked pretty good there. A pickup of 4 on the play. And it will be 3rd and 3 for the Hermits as they try to get a first down. The ball is right on their own 30-yard line. And another fine sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network, First Financial Bank. 3rd and 3. Well, we'll call it 4. Let's call it 4. 3rd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Herman's got 3 split to one side, 3 to the other. Well, Lyman is down in one position there. It's not going to matter, though, folks. Lane Wood was back there faster than I could say it and sacks the quarterback at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down. I mean, they're having trouble blocking the Dragon defensive line, and it's very, very obvious. So Junction City sets up for a return. Jarkel Brown, Keandre Evans standing right around the 48-yard line. It is 4th and 13 for the Hermits. Back up deep in their own end. There's a snap, the kick. Not a bad kick. Jarkel's got a chance at a return. Fields it at the 47. He's up to the 50. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. Jarkel on the move at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He flies through them like a hot knife through butter. Touchdown, Junction City. 53 yards. Just like that, and there's a player down on the field. It is a Hermitage player. And I believe he's going to be okay, a little shook up. But he is all right. We got a couple of correspondents working the county for us tonight on the Dragon Sports Network to bring you some scores. We got one in from Smackover at the end of the first quarter. The Buckaroos also looking to clinch the 6-3A, I believe it is, title outright. The score, McGee 6, Smackover 6. That's at the end of the first quarter. And, of course, a key conference game in the 8AA conference taking place in Jerry Bursontown tonight. Strong, Arkansas. Strong and rising. All right, here's the extra point. Ball's down. Kick is up. And with 2:22 to go in the opening quarter, the score now is Junction City 22, Hermitage nothing. Let's talk about Three Creeks Baptist Church right now. Three Creeks Baptist Church wants you to come be a part of what God is doing at their church. Located at 8772 Haynesville Highway. Sunday schools at 9, worship at 10. Sunday evening, women and men's discipleship training at 4:30. The youth at 5, and Sunday evening worship at 6. Wednesday night, of course, they have the Awana meal for kids at 5, youth student ministry, and worship all at 6 o'clock. For more info, go to www.threecreeksbaptistchurch.com or call 870-863-9407. Once again, Dragons kick it off. Once again, the Hermits signal for a fair catch. And once again, the Dragon defense takes the field. Coach Carbon would have to, and of course staff would have to be kind of pleased with what they're seeing now. Junction City doing what they should do. When you're the #1 team in the state, all eyes on you, the pressure and all that, you step up and do what you're supposed to do. You know, that's what he told me in one of the conversations we had during the week. And he said the boys know what they're supposed to do, and they're doing it. And like a well-oiled machine, a little kind of a hiccup there at the start. That's going to happen from time to time, but as a true defending state champion does, they responded. And now with 2:20 to go in the opening quarter, in control of the game, 22-0. All right, the Hermits will go to the ground, and nothing happening there. In fact, it's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play, 2 or 3 yards on the play. To be second and about 13. I hadn't really called out any names yet as far as tackles. You got 3 or 4 Dragons making tackles here in a little bit. If you don't mind, Derek, just kind of get a couple names from Rev there and tackle totals, and we'll pass that along. Taylor Mason's got 3 tackles, all for losses. All right, the Hermits are going to try to go to the ground again, and as you can see, folks, fighting off the Dragons is to no avail. It's the Hermit running back is about 7 Junction City Dragons, maybe 8 on the tackle there, and it brings up. I think he got back to the original. Yes, he did. He made it back to the original line of scrimmage, so he actually gained 3 yards. And that's not a bad run considering the second he got the ball, he was dodging tacklers. We're approaching the 1-minute mark of the opening quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Hermits. And let's see what they try to do here. They split 2 to the visitor side and got 2 split out to the home side. Hermit's quarterback drops back. They're going to try a screen, and it's incomplete. Will Smith and who's the other number there? Can you get it? I believe that's 82. Mike Williams also coming in hard on the Hermitage quarterback, forced him to get rid of that ball pretty quick. So with 43 seconds left to go in the opening quarter, the Hermits will once again punt. Yes, that was Mike Williams, the other guy, the other Dragon that got back there pretty fast. Keandre Evans, Jarkel Brown, back deep for the Dragons, standing at about the Junction City 48 while waiting to punt. A good snap. Here's the kick. It's going to be kind of off the side there. It goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Hermitage. And with 37 seconds left in the opening quarter, Junction City is in great field position. Okay, I've noticed some of the offensive line doing a little bit of substituting there. And they brought in a couple, one guy there. I believe that is number 56 for Junction City. That is DJ Brown. Okay, from the 44-yard line, Randall Holyfield surveys the Hermit defense. Quick snap, throws, and he threw before Sailor Wilson was ready. And I believe it got tipped. You said it got tipped also there at the line. He was going to go. It looked like he was going to Sailor. The incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10. And the Dragons, as you can see, they're not playing around. They're working on that passing game. And I believe part of the reason being Coach Carpenter comfortable with the fact that his offense, if they need the yards on the ground, they can get it no problem. All right, Holyfield again back, throws. This is caught by Rogers. Rogers is at the 35 down to the 30, right at the 30-yard line, and that is enough for a Junction City first down. And the chain gang, a veteran chain gang, I might add. Got a couple of youngsters in there, Daniel Wood. And the rest of them guys, they've seen their share of action from the sidelines. Mr. Ronnie Sion, Mr. Danny Wood, and Mr. Russ Walker doing a fine job. It's 1st and 10 for Junction City. This should be last play of the first quarter. Holyfield drops back looking. He's wanting to go deep. Got a man. Oh, it's going to be almost intercepted, then almost caught by Jay Mitchell. And every time I say that, I have got to break this streak. This probably should be the last play. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. So we got one more play. Bearing an injury or anything, and let's hope that's not going to happen, or a penalty. This should be the last play of the first quarter. That was not a bad pass by Holyfield. I mean, nice pass. But number 7 for Hermitage making a great play. All right. Keandre Evans takes the handoff from Holyfield, sprints to the outside. He's at the 20, makes a move to the 15, down to the 10, inside the 10, to the 9-yard line. And when we start the second quarter, that's where the Dragons will go to work. And it should be a 1st and goal situation for Junction City at that point. Let's see what we got here. Hold everything. Now I see it. One thing about it, I don't need to go to the boat. Had a penalty on the play. And that will back the Dragons up. So it basically wipes out a very good run by Keandre Evans and puts the ball back at the 33-yard line of Hermitage. And it will be a, let's see, should be 2nd and 13, I believe, when we start. And I don't know, can the quarter end on a penalty like that? I thought they still had to run one more play. And I think that's what Coach Carpenter thought, but the officials are going ahead and they're changing sides, and the chain gang thought the same thing. Well, anyway, be an offensive penalty and go ahead and go to the 2nd quarter, which is good. We need to get to the 2nd quarter anyway. All right, you're watching Dragon football on the Dragon Sports Network, presented to you by El Dorado Chemical. And at this point, let's talk about Three Creeks Baptist Youth Ministry. Three Creeks Youth Ministry wants you to come and experience God through a time of contemporary worship, biblical teaching, and fun with friends. Students 7th grade through college are invited to attend, and Three Creeks Youth Ministry wants you to come and get plugged into God. For more info, visit at threecreeksbaptist.com or call 870-863-9407. And as always, Three Creeks Youth Ministry and Three Creeks Baptist Church wishes all Dragon athletes and fans a safe and blessed evening. And as always, go Dragons. All right, first play of the 2nd quarter. Holyfield rolls out, looks, fires deep for Jarkel Brown, and couldn't quite connect. And that will bring up a 3rd down. Oh, and he had him too. Not quite. So, Junction City opens up the 2nd quarter, guns blazing, going for it all. And now on the 3rd and 13, let's see what the head Dragon has planned here. Sam Williams in the game at one of the running back spots. Jay Mitchell, Jamario Bell, and Javante Rogers checks in. Sailor Wilson in there, sprinting to the line, hurrying. 1 second on the play clock. They get the snap off. The give to Williams. Williams is going to be breaks the tackle at the 30, at the 25. Williams gets to about the 22-yard line. A great run by Sam Williams, and it is very near. I'm not going to say I predicted the play a while ago and we had 1 or 2 more. He is very close to a 1st down. It's going to be short. Let's call it a long yard. It's going to be 4th and 1. And the safe money here says, of course, the Dragons will go for it. Bo Huck's bringing in the play, and that's what Junction City will do on 4th and 1. Holyfield goes under center on 4th and 1. Williams in the backfield. It's a keeper. Holyfield shoots up the middle, makes a cut, and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Junction City. A nice little juke move by Holyfield for the score. And with 11:07 to go in the 2nd quarter, Junction City puts some more on the board again, and it is now 28-0. So 4th and 1, that's about a 21-yard run by Randall Holyfield. And the Dragons looks like they're preparing to do some heavy-duty substituting. And keep in mind, folks, we should see here pretty soon some of the freshmen. I say pretty soon. Probably, I take that back, maybe 2nd half, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't go ahead and run some in. But you also want to play the guys that, the backups that have been working hard all season. The extra point is good. The Dragons are 3 for 3 on the extra points tonight. 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions. 11:07 left in the 2nd quarter. Junction City 29, Hermitage nothing. So, Couple guys in on tackles tonight. Taylor Mason with 4. Matthew Freeman has 3. All 4 are for losses. Josh Armstrong, 2 tackles. He also has a quarterback sack for his defense. Randall Holyfield, is this right, Rep? 5 of 7, 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. Doing a very good job and just ran one in. All right, Jarkell's ready. He kicks it off. It's cross kick, and it will go out of bounds, and the Hermits have pretty decent field position as they go to work 1st and 10, down 29-0. First Financial Bank wants to know, do you Kasana? Kasana is carried locally at First Financial Bank. They're a proud sponsor of Junction City Schools and of the Dragon Sports Network. They are proud to sponsor the broadcast of Junction City Athletics and their continued tradition of excellence. Folks, First Financial Bank is the only bank that's headquartered right here in Union County where our customers live and work. If you're looking for a new way to bank that rewards you, then check out our new Kasana accounts. Visit on the web at ffb1.com to learn more, or stop by any of our 7 convenient Union County locations. Find out more about what First Financial can do for you. First Financial Bank, a proud sponsor of Junction City Schools and of the Dragon Sports Network. All right, the Hermits are ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. And we got laundry on the field there. And it's going to be a question of whether we just jumped off sides or they pulled us off. Let's see. And I believe it is against the Hermits, yes. So back them up. 5. It'll be 1st and 15. Over the 36-yard line. Hermitage is going to try to get a little something going here. And the shotgun, got 4 split out. Here's a quick toss to the outside, and it is incomplete. And it is just a matter of trying to get the play off. Junction City has complete control of both sides of the line, offense and defense. They're controlling it entirely. And it is hard for Hermitage to do anything. In fact, the quarterback sneak, just to show you, I mean, when Randall took off, he had a hole just to roll right through. And first quarter, Hermitage 7 yards offense. El Dorado in control of their game, 21-0. Over Bryant. All right, 2nd down. Here's a little toss out, or a little flare pass, excuse me, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. Let's see where they do mark it. And they're marking him out of bounds before he got that far, so it won't even be a 3 or 4 yard pickup. It'll be more like a maybe yard and a half. So it's 3rd down and a very long 13 yards for the Hermits. 10:20 to go in the first half. Junction City 29, Hermitage nothing. So once again, the Hermits now kind of go to, I'm going to call it a spurrier trick play here, trying to spread the field to get a little room to work. They do complete a little side pass, and the Dragons are on it immediately. It'll be a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. Matthew Freeman, Sam Williams, Akeem Gibson, Devontre Avery. Some of the second unit, most of the second unit in the game now. The first unit checking back in as far as the second unit players that were in the game. They're going out, but a very good job by them. They force a 4th and 9. And Junction City, of course, Coach Carpenter known for this. A game like this, when he starts substituting early, he still brings his first unit in to handle all returns and stuff, to kind of keep them loose and keep them ready. So 4th and 9, you got Keandre Evans and Jarkell Brown. Speed Incorporated standing at the 30-yard line with 9:15 to go in the opening half. And now we got a stoppage and play, a timeout by Hermitage. Talk things over. some more sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network. As I mentioned earlier, Junction City Florist, Junction City Pharmacy, McDonald's Grocery, all proud sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network. So Hermitage talking things over to see what they might can get going, and I mean at this point,
We have 2 yards of offense.
at this point, all you're looking for now is a score, just to get the goose egg off the board. And by no means am I making light of them. It's just, as you can see yourself, ladies and gentlemen, the Dragons controlling the ball on offense with ease. On defense, they're shutting down the Hermit offense. And as I mentioned a while ago, they're controlling both sides of the ball with no problem. So on 4th down, the Hermits will punt it away. Brown and Evans back deep. Evans at about the 34-yard line and Brown on the 30. All right, here's the snap, good kick. Keandre is going to call for a fair catch at the 31-yard line, and that's where Junction City will go to work, 1st and 10. And we have a new quarterback in the game now for the Dragons, I believe. That will be all for Randall Holyfield as far as quarterbacking, I imagine. Will Smith is your new Dragon quarterback. Most of the first unit offensive line still in the game. In fact, all of them. And he will work, well, let's put it this way. He's going to work with all the first unit here, and that's good. That we'll get some time with him as far as offense. Of course, he plays first unit defense and has really has come on great the last several games, more and more. And that is great to see. Okay. 1st and 10. Well, I take that back. It's going to be Josh Armstrong on the carry here, and he busts through. And Josh Armstrong, Mama said, come to the house. Yes, ma'am, I'm on my way. 69 yards, touchdown Junction City, 8:52 to go in the second quarter. It's 35-0. And let me correct myself real quick. Will checked into the huddle, and he brought the play in, but he brought it in to Jarkel Brown, who was the quarterback. He handed off to Armstrong, and Armstrong took care of the rest. So we'll see Jarkel for a while, then I'm pretty sure you're going to see Will take some snaps also. In fact, against Parkers Chapel, had a great run there in the second half. It's 35-0. And that will put the start of the second half with the mercy rule in place. Taylor Mason getting ready to make the snap. Good snap, ball's down, kicks up, it's good. Your new score with 8:52 to go in the first half. Junction City 36, Hermitage nothing. Okay, McGee leads Smackover 12-6. Their 2-point conversion no good. Our correspondent up there, Mr. Brandon Moore, tells us Smackover has fumbled on their own 20-yard line, turned the ball over, and McGee in business there. And our correspondent in El Dorado, Mr. Denton Ashcroft, informs us it's 21-0 El Dorado at the half. And hopefully we can get a score from Strong here pretty soon. So Smackover battling for the 6-3A conference title. They trail 12-6. El Dorado, of course, in the hunt for the 6-6A South title, and they lead 21-0. Here in Junction City, the Dragons looking to clinch the 8AA conference for the 3rd year in a row, lead 36-0. Jarkel kicks it off again. Nice little cross kick. This time the Hermits are going to try to return it, and nothing happening. Sam Williams, I believe it was, flew down the field, took care of business himself.
Mercy rule already.
And that's it. And folks, they have I had heard they might do it. They coaches had talked it over. They have went ahead and invoked the mercy rule. So the clock is now running nonstop here in the second quarter. The Dragons in command, 36-0. And the main thing you want now, if you're Coach Carpenter, you don't want to see any player get hurt. I mean, I'm not putting a value on any player or anything like that. You don't want to see any of the starters get hurt, and you want to see the backups get in there and perform real well. And then, of course, we're all waiting on see some of these freshmen get in here and see what the future of Junction City football looks like. But right now, the Hermit's going to try to get a little something going from the 30 on first down. They throw it, it's incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10. And it's just, as you can see, folks, steady stream of substituting going on, and the results are the same every time. The Dragons, no matter what unit's in there, they're controlling the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. McGee up, following a 2-point conversion. McGee leads Smackover 20-6. Here it's Junction City 36, Hermitage nothing. The clock running nonstop now. Mercy rule in place here in the second quarter. 7 minutes to go. 2nd and 10. The Dragons send a steady rush at the Hermitage quarterback. He gets the pass off. It'll be a pickup of about, let's see where they mark, about maybe a 5-yard gain, I'm going to guess. And that's what they're going to mark it at. So it'll be 3rd and let's call it, let's give it a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 6 for the Hermits. They try to get a first down here. And as I said a while ago, the main thing they're trying to do now is get some points on the board. Junction City coming into the night had a conference winning streak of 21 games. Let's see, a quick out or a little lead pass. It goes incomplete, and it is, I believe, 4th down. Yes, yeah, they're running behind there, so it is 4th down and about 6. And now they got it. Let's see what the officials does here, because he was also singling it. Now they get it right. Okay, we were on top of it this time. I'm usually behind, but this time we were in the lead. So it is 4th and 6. And Junction City puts back Brown and Evans for the return. And I should have mentioned it a while ago. I'll mention it now. More than likely, okay, they're not even going to. Herman's just going to go ahead and go for it. And you can't blame them. So let's see what happens. 4th and 6. The Hermits are going to go for it. Quarterback drops back, and there's nothing happening. He is smothered by a bunch of Dragons, and now a penalty flag is thrown. Let's see what we got here. And it's thrown right after the play. I'm not sure what happened there. They're calling a face mask on the Dragons, which will give the Hermits a first down. I'm going to say the flag come in right after the play. The Hermit quarterback had no time to do anything, and they have it for the most part. And I think they've used, if I'm correct, 2 different quarterbacks. Neither one has had time to do anything. Their most successful play was the 32-yard pass play, and I'm not making light, but it was a circus catch. And besides that, it hasn't been much of anything else. But the penalty gives them new life. It puts the ball at the 48-yard line of Hermitage. And here's a give, and the Hermit running back picks up about a yard. I'm being generous, if that. So 2nd and 10, clock running nonstop here in the second quarter. Junction City on top, 36-0. The Dragons, at the end of this game, will be the outright champions of the 8AA conference. They have already earned the #1 seed. They will open up November 22nd at home, and in all probability, I'm going to go on out on a limb and say, in all probability, it will be the Gurdon Go Devils. And if that's the case, you talk about hoping the playoffs with a tough opponent, that'll happen. We got a tip ball. It's intercepted by Keandre Evans. He's at the 45-50, 45-40. Keandre's got a convoy of Dragons in front of him, and he's heading down the sideline for a Junction City touchdown. $42-0. And that's about all you can say. The pass was a little, pass wasn't bad, but he threw it kind of in the crowd. He got tipped up to Keandre. Kind of reached behind him to catch it a little bit. Brought it down and made a nice move, got to the outside. And C.W. McCall would have been proud of that convoy, folks. Right down the sideline into the Louisiana end zone for 6. So waiting on the extra point, Junction City now up 42-0. And Billy Lovett, our correspondent in Strong, sends us word that Junction City, the extra point here is no good. It's still 42-0 Dragons. Strong leads rising 12-8. And folks, it is time for our trivia question. And let me lay a ground rule out here real quick. If you have won previously, and yes, I'm talking about Craig Jones, I'm going to have to put you on the chain and give everybody else a chance. If they can't get it, folks, if you can't get the trivia question, then I'm going to take Craig off the chain and let him go for it. And I will bet you the Coke, he knows the answer. Derek even agrees with me, I believe. What do you think? Think Craig will know it? I believe he will. Here's the trivia question. Tonight's trivia question. Let's wait for the kickoff here. And the Hermits, they went after it. To give them credit, they still got some fight in them. It was a hard kick across the field, but the Hermits recovered, and they're going to get great field position, 46-yard line. Tonight's trivia question is this. What do the Hermitage Hermits, the Ole Miss Rebels, the Auburn Tigers, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Cincinnati Bearcats, those last 4 I mentioned are all college teams. What do they all have in common? Hermitage Hermits, Ole Miss Rebels, Auburn Tigers, Texas Tech Red Raiders, and Cincinnati Bearcats. Folks, they have one big thing in common. All 5 of them. What is that? That's what we want to know tonight. Your Dragon Sports Network trivia question. Okay, the ball's on the 47-yard line. The Hermits with 1:06 to go. Going to try to get some points on the board. Junction City in command, 42-zip. Herman's quarterback drops back. He's going to try to run and goes down after a pickup of 1.5 yards. And don't let me do it, Derek. I'm not going to say could be the last play of the half. I do it, and we're going to run 5 more plays. That is to my the clock can't stop, but still, be my luck, there would be 5 stoppages before both coaches just go crazy and start calling timeouts. 30 seconds to go till the half. Junction City 42, Hermitage zip. And after this play, I'll give the trivia question out again. Second and 10. Dragons gang the line, and now we got a flag. What'd I tell you? I'm glad I didn't say it. Flag on the play, 12 seconds to go. And let's see what we got. Encroachment on the Dragons. So it'll be a 2nd and 5. And that will move the ball into Junction City territory at the 48-yard line as the Hermits are going to try to get a little something going. And, hey, I hope you're paying attention. Now we have a timeout. So a timeout on the field. While we have that, tonight's Dragon Sports Network trivia question one more time. Junction City, of course, playing Hermitage for the 22nd time. So the question really has got to do with the Hermits. What do the Hermitage Hermits, Ole Miss Rebels, Auburn Tigers, Texas Tech Red Raiders, and Cincinnati Bearcats, what do they all have in common? There's one common theme there. What is it? That's what we're looking for tonight. And of course, the 4 I mentioned there with Hermitage are all college teams. Rev says he knows the answer. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and tell on Rev. He has seen the answer. Yes, so Rev can't play. But I will tell you, I'll give you one hint. It has nothing at all to do with him. Okay, 2nd and 5, 12 seconds to go till the half. Ball rests on the Dragon 48-yard line. Hermits would love to get that goose egg off the board. And that's why I believe Coach Malden called that timeout. Hey, let's try something here. Nothing else, let's get 6 points. All right, here we go. Davis in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers out. Drops back. He's looking downfield. He has to get rid of the ball in a hurry. Throws it up for grabs, and it's almost intercepted. And what we talked about all along, I mean, he got the snap. He's in the shotgun, and there it is. He's in the shotgun, and before he can even get the ball up good to look downfield, he's got to hurry up and get rid of it. We're just going to leave it on. Let's just leave it on a minute here, guys, before we take a break. The ball almost intercepted, but not quite, and that'll end the first half. Junction City leads 42-0. We're going to take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come right back, talk a little bit about the first half, find something to talk about in the first half, and get ready for the second half. Junction City in control, 42-0.